I love 1911s. And I've known people who have a huge collection of 1911s. 30, 50 1911s. That is just great. Only in America. And 1911 is so American. You can argue it is the first ever pistol that designed and implemented for battle use. The inventor, John Browning, is as American as you can get. An ingenious moment who has contributed so much to modern day's firearm industry. Throughout the days, Colt became a known name to make 1911s. The pouncing pony with one arrow in the mouth and the other one beneath the front leg, engraved on the steel slide, has become one of the most sought after item in men's collection vault. And America has also become the preeminent 1911 maker in the world. With true American material, American steel, American labor, American factory. And boy, the modern 1911 has also come a long way. Look at this Wilson Combat, elite professional. Not only professional, but elite professional. With the 4-inch barrel, yet with that 4 size grip. And not even barrel pushing. Man, this pistol is so tight, I have to make sure I concentrate. Because it's a built-in barrel. Look at how tight it is. So tight. These technologies have greatly improved the shootability of 1911 and reduced the recoil. When you launch that true main stopper 45 ACP, it has come a long day. How about the 2011 shooting platform that is so popular among the competition shooters these days? That's based on 1911, only with the polymer lower frame to hold more ammo in that double stack design, because traditional 1911 is single stack. If you look at this traditional 1911, you may also get hammer bite. Look at that, right? Beaver tail was shorter than the hammer. right there. Even this engraved, which is based on code. See that? It's longer, but barely cover it. Because when you shoot 1911, it's like shooting Glock. The frame angle encourage you to grip it down. Look at that. Then you will get a hammer bite. But with the modern design, look at how big this beaver tail is. You can just be comfortable. You won't get a hammer bite. Okay, just grip it down. Perfect. Perfect implementation when you launch that 1911. That's why I like this some cutout. Of course, you can also write directly right up here when you press down the safety. By the way, all firearm here has been checked to be safe. And they are all unsafe right now. Without anything in the chamber or magazine. So, which 1911 can you get or should you get when you consider getting a 1911 for yourself? Of course, most people, including me, we cannot afford a collection of 30, 50 1911s. What are the things you should consider? Now I like to narrow it to only one, okay? If you can only obtain and keep one 1911, and I want to make this as your selection guide. First of all, I would rule out the old traditional antique 1911s. Like these are not very shootable. They have a very small sight, very accurate though, but very difficult to aim. Small beaver tail, so you will get a hammer bite because 1911 encourage you grip down to shoot. And the recoil, boy, this recoil is large, okay? They have large recoil. These are sort of semi-custom based on the traditional model. But you still have a somewhat smaller safety here. Smaller beaver tail. It's beautiful though, with the engraving, but these days you can get engraving, limited edition, on modern 1911 platform as well. So I truly like to rule them out. You can still own them for collection purpose, but they are just not very suitable. And most of them are also cost prohibitive. Now that narrow a little bit to the more modern days 1911s. Okay? So with price tag starting with 1, I have a quote 1911. Other brands that fall into this camp, including, of course, Kimber, Sig Sauer, Springfield. And you can say Springfield is sort of ranging from the sub 1 level up to above 3 custom FBI 1911 Springfield. But the stable of the Springfield is fall into the same category. Then of course you have the sub 1 category like Rock Island Armory. And they are decent, people buy them just to get into 1911, or later on they kind of took them apart, installed the upgrade on their own. Another thing about 1911 is that it's like Glock. There are so many aftermarket parts because it's a very popular platform. So you can racy your 1911 to as racy as you want them to be, okay? And then you have this category in the middle. Here is Last Bear. Other manufacturing that fall into this camp is perhaps Ed Brown or Dan Wesson. And then you kind of graduate into this category that start with 3. Of course, is the true American gentleman, Wilson Campbell. Others including in the category here is, perhaps Nighthawk, not perhaps, but definitely Nighthawk. And other even smaller independent 1911 manufacturer. So let's talk about them one by one. For the category that's sort of hovering around 1, these are very decent level. I would call them a step up from the entry level. They have a decent size setup, but the part may have some mean part. In this case, XSE, I heard there isn't a single mean part in this pistol. That's why I like this one. But for Springfield, Sig Sauer, Kimber, definitely they have a lot of mean part in this level of their stable. The workmanship is decent, passable, but the part is larger. For example, the grip original grip of this code XSE is very fat. So I took it down, replaced by Wilson Compact. But if I took it out, you will see the safety here. It's very thick. Compare, for example, look at how much thinner this safety is. Do you see that? Right? I mean, you can see that just by eye. Okay, you don't need a magnifier for that. You see that? So the super thin grip wouldn't even able to cover that without interfere with the function of the safety. So they are more roughly made, let's put it this way, okay, more roughly made. Trigger is, of course, more grainy, more noise during the process when you pull the trigger. But the main difference is how they fit together. It's not handmade, it's not hand fit. It's by machine. So, it's more loose. Right? And you can tell by pulling the slide. It's easier, right? It's easier to pull the slide. It's very accurate. 1911 is a one-hole pistol with a lot of help coming from, if you really grip it down, like when you shoot Glock, you really lock your wrist. That is the foundation of true accuracy. And of course, it's the fixed barrel design. The barrel doesn't move up and down like plastic guns. But for this level of 1911s, it's not going to be as accurate as a hand-fit models. So you are looking at maybe, 3-inch group at 8 to 10 yards. But they are reliable. Okay, they are reliable. And in this category, I would definitely pick Colt. All right, just because they retain the value the most. All right, Colt 1911 is the closest thing to cash. If you put it up for sale, somebody will pay for it and grab it. Somehow a Colt 1911 is like something that has a halo on top. For Springfield, you will have to take a big discount on depreciation. Kimber, just not recommend, I heard they have rust issues. 6 hours is decent. If you cannot get your hand into cold, I would recommend 6 hours. 1911 over Springfield. However, 6 hours, 1911, they have the extractor outside, which would make it more strange. Not as good looking as the true 1911 design that has the extractor inside. So that's my recommendation. Then we got into this mid-level starting with tools. These are handmade, custom fit, hand fit design. I cannot pull the slide without using lots of effort. Okay, not too bad right now because I shoot this pistol the most. I have owned it for years. It is still very tight. If you own a Springfield, bar the FBI model, if you own them for the same period as I own this one, and shoot as much as I shoot this one, it won't be this tight, I guarantee you. I guarantee you, you won't be this tight. Now, these are truly excellent shooters. In this case, this is a Concept 2 entry level in the bare stable, but this one is the 1.5 inch guarantee model. At this level, you can also choose Dengwesen or Ebron, but in my own experience, I think Bear surpassed both in terms of the workmanship and reliability and the sturdiness. But that's just me. The line of the Ebron is more tender though, compared to Last Bear. It's more like Wilson Comeback. Okay, it's softer. The line is softer, not as muscular. In this category of 3, now this is really tight. And it's really beautifully made with very smooth everything. Okay, everything smooths out. And between Wilson Comeback and Nighthawk, I would pick Wilson Comeback. Because I think they are more reliable and I like the line of Wilson Comeback better. Overall, it's just so much softer. So much smoother. the line, okay? I'm talking about the physical line design, but it's just very personal, Now I have met people with Nighthawk reliability issues, so I cannot recommend it. But I have never heard or met any people that has Wilson comeback reliability issues. If you can only pick one, I would choose between these two. And does this one justify the price gap between them? Truthfully speaking, in my opinion, no. So that lead to the conclusion is that if you can pick one, pick an entry level from the bear stable. Yes, concept 2, doesn't have the carving here, right? And the line here is very simple as opposed to this line here, more refined. But that doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me. It doesn't come with the Mac wheel, so I install it myself very cheaply, okay, very cheaply. I bought the one with the hook. I just hook it up. Don't even have to change the mainspring because I want to make sure that the reliability of the bear won't be affected in any way, all right? And I have a video talking about I dropped this pistol onto the concrete ground in the range. When I pick it up, I was looking at the side, the barrel damage. But instead, all I get is a little ding right here. See that? That's the little ding right there. That's the only thing I got. Truly amazing. I dropped the gun onto a concrete floor. I took her to a training, good guys with guns. And that training, I run 500 to 600 rounds of 45 ACP. During the couple hours at the range. Flawlessly, not a single hiccup. I went home the other day, my wrist very sore. Yet I love it. And because if you choose the entry level from the bear stable, you can afford to pick a 1.5 inch guaranteed, all right? It comes with the personal certification from the owner and founder of Las Bear himself. So it's authentic. It is very tight, very tight. This is a shooter. This is a shooter too, but with this price tag, do you really want to shoot it every day? Or every time you go to the range? Gosh, I don't even want to put it into a holster. Concern being, oh, the drawer will just, wear out the barrel. Look at how beautiful it is. It's like a American, like a pistol, American 007 should have carried. An all metal 1911. Look at this. It's like a gentleman in tuxedo, right? Doesn't it look like that? So beautiful, amazing. Wilson comeback. And very accurate, very accurate. If not more accurate than La Bear. But truthfully speaking, at this level, it's not pistol anymore. Pistol is about the same, okay? The difference between them, to me, doesn't justify the cost. I think Las Bear does it better in terms of give the customer a better deal in terms of the product they get per dollar, okay? I think Wilson Comeback, they charge that brand premium into it. So even though you are getting truthfully about the same pistol, you pay more for it, okay? Let's put it that way. That's why I recommend this La Bear from American Heartland, La Claire, Iowa. Truly American way. In and through and out. We make strong, competitive, solid, reliable product that is worth the ownership, worth keeping. Yet, we layer on a reasonable profit margin. Right? Just like Corvette, just like Viper. Right? You get them with the less money you would require to get a Porsche or Ferrari. That's why La Bear 1911 entry level with the 1.5-inch guarantee model is my recommendation. Sadly, they just don't come around that much, right? It's a limited production. The Bear doesn't produce that many race horses out of the stable every year. And with the COVID, with the supply chain issues, material, labor, everything. I mean, I have not seen bear in my local gun shop ever. Okay, ever. All the bear I saw are on the used market. And the bear owner rarely put them up for sale. Very strange. You see a lot of the sales from the entry level. or that level, a step up the entry. But maybe a bit more on Wilson comeback. Because I think the Wilson comeback owners, they just don't shoot them as much. So when they put out for sale, they still can command a premium. But Bear owner, they shoot it. They shoot it. And just because the way they are built, if they put it up for sale, it is still sexy. Look at this bear, It's blue bear. Still looking good in this whole neighborhood. So that's my over 30 minutes rant on how to choose a 1911. I'm sorry this runs so long, but I just love 1911. I love to shoot them. I love 45 ACP. I love America. I'm proud to be an American and have an opportunity to work hard and acquire not one but 5 1911s, include this very rarely find Navy model. Over 100 years old. This pistol is over 100 years old. How about this custom 1911 with all the engravings? Look like a pistol belong to El Jefe. By the way, their trigger of these old 1911s also thinner, okay? So make it less accurate and not as comfortable to shoot, right? You look modern 1911, right? How wide they are, right? So much wider. Yeah, I think Wilson Compact is even a tad more, see? Yeah, you can tell, a tad more wider than Bear. Okay, really dragging on too long. I have to cut it out. Thank you so much if you stick with me to the very end. Comment below. What's your favorite 1911? Do you agree with my assessment, my thought, my recommendation, or you don't? Comment below. Subscribe the channel. Share and like. Really help me out. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Shoot safe and be American. Love you.